I know random horror games won the poll, but I just want to read scary stories. So, hang on. So for this creepypasta, I'm going to be reading something called "Darkness in the Rear View Mirror." Excuse me, excuse me if I mess up. This happens all the time. In the summer of 2013, I found myself driving home alone on Highway 902 from a party. It was almost midnight, and needless to say, it was pitch black, as was usual at night. I was on edge. I had the radio off and could hear nothing but the muffled roar of tires on pavement and the dull hum of the engine. Turn the radio on! I stole a glance into the middle rear view mirror and saw nothing but darkness through the back window. I saw that I looked backwards and saw nothing. I'm I'm sure of it. Just as seemingly in this, just the seemingly endless blackness of the night. I remember it so clearly because 10 seconds later, a car passed me to the left, headlights on. I had one of those sudden, okay, I can't pronounce that. Adrenaline rushes. I had one of those sudden adrenaline rushes, like when you think you see a person outside your bedroom window when it's just a tree. I've had that happen like half the time. Like, okay, actually, I thought the tree was Freddy, like Freddy Fazbear. Then I just found out, oh, it's just a tree. Or when you start awake at night with the stay. I think it's supposed to say stare awake at night with the fear of falling. With the feeling of falling. 10 seconds earlier, nothing had been behind me. Suddenly, a car. I drove the rest of the way home, shivering and knowing something was off. Oh God. The next morning, I found two sets of scratches near the back of my van. One was on the left rear, one was on the right. The car was pretty old. They could have been, they could have been there for months. But that was the first time that I distinctly remember seeing them. In hindsight, there are two possibilities for what happens in the night. Possibly one. By some glitch in reality or some paranormal, this other car had somehow appeared behind me within 10 seconds of my checking of my mirror. Like some weird ghost crap or something. However, the second option is what made my blood run cold whenever I consider it. It didn't even occur to me until months after the fact, but it makes me dread driving alone at night even more. This is why I'm scared of driving. Possibility 2. The car was normal. It had approached me from the rear, past me to my left. However, something large and wide as the black night had been clinging to the rear of my car, observing my view through the window and leaving deep scratches on the side. And I had inadvertently, I can't pronounce that, driven it home with me. This next one's called I Sat on the Bus. I sat on the bus on my way to school, listening to music and paying little to no attention to other students. This is pretty much me on the bus on the way to trade classes. Like, I get done from one period, then just go on to graphic design, then go back. At one of the stops, my mind snapped back to reality. Whoop, there goes gravity. Sorry, I had to do that. I looked towards the small house, Tommy's house, I thought. A hand slipped through the drapes of the window and waved the bus driver to move on. He's sick, I thought, paying no large amount of attention to the situation. The day flew by. I watched the local news channel after school, and what I heard paralyzed me. Tommy's entire family was... I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this on YouTube, but okay. Tommy's entire family was hang on. How do I word this? Nobody seems to care, so I'm just gonna say it. Lost my place. Tommy's entire family was murdered that day by an unknown suspect. Dead body reported. Where's the imposter? I saw him vent. After hearing this news, I've moved back up. I'm not cutting any of this out because this is all one take. After hearing this news, I moved back up to my room and quietly fell asleep. The next day, I sat on the bus. We drove past Tommy's house, and the bus driver, unaware of Tommy's family's fate, stopped us at his home. As I was about to get up and explain to her what had happened, something caught my eye. A pale hand slipped through the drapes of the window and waved the bus driver to move on. I sat on the bus, terrified. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I know random horror games won the poll, but I was past the due date, and reading creepypastas was the only thing I could do at last minute. So, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and both creepypastas will be linked in the description below. Bye-bye.